welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. So we're going to do a little reading today. I'm not sure exactly where this is going, so we will pick some cards first of all and some runes and just start to unpick it as we go. But there is something about, it feels like, you know, the words like spiritual awakening get thrown around a lot lately, where like everybody's woke now or awakened, and I've kind of like, you observe some people that kind of suggest that they are awakened, they're awakening, and I don't know if everybody really understands what that is or what that even means. You know, because there's levels of like, you know, right now we're awake, we're not asleep, we are awake in this reality. But there's an element of being awake doesn't mean that everything is hunky-dory and everything is amazing and like a light bolt is switched on and everything's suddenly good and you've suddenly got some superpower. Awakening is more, it's not the absence of challenges in your life, but it is more an awakening of your ability to have challenges, be aware of challenges, but not be part of them. So it's almost like a way of being attached and detached at the same time. So that sounds really, really confusing, doesn't it? But when you are awakened, you're allowing your higher self through. You are kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You allow your spirit to arise within you during these challenging situations or just during any situation in your life. And instead of dealing with it from a place of ego, you're dealing with it from a place of higher conscience. Does that make sense? I hope it does. That seemed like it was relevant for some reason at the beginning of this reading. So I'm going to pick one of these moon cards to see what we have on here for you, first of all. So just being aware of that, because there can be a lot of people that are quick to judge others for saying that they're awakened or the ability to feel superior to others sometimes, I feel, is what it's become. But that's not what awakening is about. That's not what it is. Nobody is superior to anybody else on that level. It's more about allowing yourself to deal with things in such a way that it's coming from your higher conscience rather than from your ego. We have foresee and immerse. So I do feel like at the moment you are potentially really, really switched on with your intuition right now. You're receiving some information, you're receiving some thoughts and feelings that are completely coming from your inner tutor. Okay, so this might be driving you to gain more knowledge and information. It might be driving you to look things up. Or you may be journaling a lot as well, maybe your thoughts and feelings, because I feel like you're trying to pinpoint where this began and the journey that you're taking, because you want to look back on that in a few months' time or a few years' time as sort of like, you know, the journey that you took. And you can see it from there, this foresee, it's like a real journey, whether it's up or whether it's down. And sometimes it can go up and down, you know. We can be in this spiral as above and so below, constantly spiraling, constantly moving that energy. But you are learning more and more as you go. You're constantly learning that. And I do see somebody that's kind of moved. Imagine there's like one house here and this sort of like higher conscience house. You have moved a level, I feel. You have definitely moved a level. So that might be why you're interested in tarot readings and in runes, in these kind of videos, why it's popped up on your screen right now. Thorazaz. So at this time, you may be finding that you're in a place of wanting to take action. You're ready for a change. This awakening has hit you and you're feeling it. You know that there's a change that needs to occur and you're ready to take action. But there's an element of needing to defend yourself around that. There's something that you are protecting at this time, whether that's yourself or something in your life that you feel you need to protect at this time. And you're feeling very defensive about that because there's something that you're ready to take action on. Let me just see what else we have for the runes. Oh, there was. Okay, so there's an element of this to do with how you are repairing the relationship that you have with yourself. So I feel at this time you're perhaps working on yourself in terms of maybe if there's anything you feel is a bit of a pattern or an addiction or something that has been strong in your life. You're working on that. You're actually asking yourself questions. You are, imagine like your body is the horse and your mind is the rider. You are trying to align them together so that they can ride together, be on the same page. It's like your head and your heart are having a communication right now and aligning, ready to take action. Whereas before there hasn't been that alignment. I feel like you felt very numb in your body and your mind has been spiraling out with distraction. And this is you kind of bringing this back together. Now, Eros can also be a symbolism of new relationships as well. So it could be a union with yourself and another because of you aligning in the direction that you are. It does feel like there is some change happening for you in your life right now, in your energy. Yeah, okay, now as you've become very, very aware, this is what I mean. You are going through some form of awakening right now, and you have been, things have really been highlighted to you about your life and the direction that you have been going in, and there's a change in that direction now. But you've become aware of, actually this needs to happen. It's like the veil's been lifted. It's almost like you imagine there's been like a screen over you. Or imagine, okay, I'm going to say another one. I like this one. Imagine you've been sat looking out of a window and this window is murky. It's got dirt all over it. You haven't really been able to see clearly through this window, but you've just been left it like that, you know. It is what it is, and you've just left it like that. But then with Thorazaz here, this action that you've taken, you've decided, right, I'm actually going to get some vinegar and just clean this a little bit, clean it off. And since you did that, you noticed a beautiful world out there that you didn't know existed before. But now you've got to get from where you are behind that pane of glass outside. And that's where the action is, because now you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You know it's there and you want to touch it. You want to reach it. You want to get to it. And Kainaz is the beacon of light that's kind of like said, yeah, you can't unsee this now. We've lit that torch. You can see this very, very clearly. And now it's, what do you do to reach it? So let me just get one more rune out on here. I know we normally pick 3, but I'm feeling guided to pick another rune with this. Rado. So yeah, it's definitely a change in direction. There's a journey that you've decided to go on. It is a spiritual journey, I do feel. You may have had this opportunity in the past but weren't quite ready for it, but now you are really ready for it and everything is aligned for you to reach that. Now, Rado is also like that horse, the horse that you get on that takes you along on that journey. And it's how you treat that horse. So it's taking responsibility for yourself. You know, you are responsible for you, but you are also responsible for your words and your actions. There's a saying, isn't there, that it's almost like you're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your actions and your choices. So it's being really fully aware of the actions that you take. So it's almost like, you know, that going back to that window again, You could just smash the window to get out there, but that's going to cause some collateral, isn't it? You know, there's probably going to be people that are going to be a bit annoyed about that. You could cut yourself on it. All sorts of things could happen. It's not the best way. It's a way, but it's not the best way. Now, a longer way might be trying to find the door or the key to get outside so that you can get out there, okay? It's a longer way. It may need communicating with somebody else. It may mean having to search for something before you can get out there. But that's the other part of Rado, is that it's all about seeing your life as the journey being the destination, not about really having to just go for the fastest route to the destination. So there's a little element of patience with this, patience and strategy and taking responsibility for actions as well. Okay, so based on that then, we're going to see what the tarot cards are telling us. Oh, hello. The World already. Okay, so we have the World straight away. Now this is completion. You've completed a cycle that doesn't serve its purpose anymore for you. And since you've completed it, you've actually found something that's bringing you joy. It's bringing you contentment. It's like you're stepping through a completely new world that you've only just discovered, that you've only just realised exists and that you can be a part of, and you're responsible for getting yourself to be that part of that journey. I'm going to move these down here so you can actually see them, because I know I've put them all up there. Okay, so let's see what Thorazaz is talking about then. What is Thorazaz trying to say? What is Thorazaz talking about here? Let's have a look. Let me see. What is Thorazaz saying? Half these videos are just me shuffling, aren't they? What is Thorazaz about? Oh, okay. So we've got the Four of Cups, but in the reverse position. I do feel there's an element of maybe you've been in deep thought about something that's felt quite emotional to you. There's a regret here. It's almost like this could be to do with, it feels like something from the past. I'm going to get more clarity on that one. Why the Four of Cups in reverse? Why the Four of Cups in reverse? So if you are going through this awakening, you are not alone. And if you do need any guidance or help, then please do get in touch, because I can help you through this, okay? So we've got the Hanged Man and Temperance. So I do feel like you've maybe, an action was taken, I feel, in the past that you now regret, and you've taken a different perspective on it now, and a realisation that you have now surrendered to. But it's taken you time. You've had to have patience with yourself, but you've recognised what the purpose is of this journey now. You've recognised why this had to happen, why you needed to take the steps that you took. But now you are ready to look deeper into this. Now you're ready for action in a positive way along your spiritual journey. I do feel you have maybe been thinking about, it's almost like I keep hearing like Archangel Michael and stuff like that, like you've been, maybe angels aren't normally something that you would be interested in or look into, but it's something that you have been wondering about and maybe had a vision about, like in a dream is what I feel. It's like something's come to you that's felt quite angelic, and it's kind of aided you in this surrender and this new perspective. You're really, I do feel you're letting go of something that's actually been bringing you down for some time. Okay, pop those there, that one there. So what is Eros about? Why is Eros here? Why is Eros here? I should really try and learn to shuffle the other way, shouldn't I? Wow. Stupid arm. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there's definitely something from the past going on here. You are, something about a relationship from the past is what Eros is talking about in the Six of Cups. You're reminiscing about something that I think brought you comfort, that did actually make you feel peaceful. I'm going to get more clarity on that one as well. So why the Six of Cups? Oh, okay. So the Six of Cups is because this is something that you feel you manifested, that you asked for and actually were given, but then it feels like something happened here and you didn't manage to keep it. But the process, it feels like it has shown you something. It's like you had to go through it in order to have this Kanas moment of being shown, for things to be illuminated, for you to really truly see some things that were going on in your life, some patterns, I feel, that you needed to surrender for a higher purpose, if that makes sense. I do see somebody looking at clouds, and especially seeing birds as well as a big thing that you've been doing lately. Maybe just catching yourself just like gazing into the sky and things like that. It feels like you've been doing a lot of meditation without really realising that you're meditating. And meditation is just basically means focusing on one thing at a time. And it feels like you've been doing that, possibly without really realising that that's what you're doing. But it has been bringing you peace. And then when you go back to something that's been in your life for a little while, that this is what you're sort of, you've started to have a realisation about. You're realising what doesn't bring you peace and what does bring you peace. But this feels like something from the past that you have manifested. And it's to do with the relationship, I feel. But ultimately, it has helped you to understand the relationship you have with yourself. And that you need to focus on your needs. And that is part of your awakening. That is what the lessons that you are learning on this. So let's have a look at Kanas then now. Why Kanas? Oh, no way. We have the star. So Kanas is actually showing you your wish fulfillment. It's showing you like you asked for this. This is what you wanted. It's basically putting it in your face. Now, it's interesting because it's almost like this is like the masculine and the feminine counterparts. And it feels as if this is what you're being brought towards. This is part of your spiritual awakening, is something that maybe you didn't really notice before or realise before. You're now starting to realise actually there is an attachment to this. But at the same time, you're not attached to it. It feels different. It feels like you manifested it. You've brought it into your life. And it's, I mean, both these cards showing illumination, aren't they? And that's what Kanas is. It's like that illumination. You've asked for signs and you've been given those signs. You've been shown the way forward. And this is what it's telling you. It's sort of like you have here joy and fulfillment and wish fulfillment. Okay, it's like what you wanted from your life, what you wanted to manifest. That's interesting, isn't it? I'm going to get another one for Kanas. So the star on there, let's clarify that a little bit more, because this is what you need to pay attention to right now. What is it that you need to pay attention to right now? There's something I'm being told here about hearing ravens. Now, ravens call different to crows. It's quite a deeper call. You'll know it when you hear it. And when you hear it, because somebody here will, remember what you were thinking about at the time, okay? Because it's important. So this is aligning you with something that you are going to have success and triumph over. It's really kind of like raising your vibration and raising you up to a higher timeline. I see people sort of like, you know, praising you up for this, but you don't see it yet. You don't realise it. You're seeing it as people are going to not be okay with this, but you're looking at those people, not the people that actually are your real people. These like sort of like karmic lessons, if you like, people that maybe are keeping you held back in the patterns, in the things that aren't serving you anymore. When you let go of that, you are going to find that actually this is where I need to be. This is the important thing for me. And you will notice a difference in the amount of people that you're going to be surrounded by that actually resonate with that truth within you, within that what you wanted to manifest. But I do sense a little bit of fear around this because it's new, it's different. It's a different way of life, and you might not recognise yourself within it in terms of, you know, is this really me? Am I pretending here? Am I acting like I'm trying to be something that I'm not? But no, I don't think it is that. It's to do with this awakening, you know. You're entering challenges in a different way now. You're starting to realise, actually, I don't need to battle. I don't need to affect my own peace for somebody else's benefit. And you're starting to see through Cainaz, see through people and their manipulations. You're starting to see the people that are trying to control situations that you're in. You're just responding very different, and that's affecting everything I feel for you. But just keep doing that, because this is spirit arising within you. It's your higher conscience arising within you. So let's see what Wyrdo's got for us on here. Okay. So it's asking you to be very determined to keep moving forward in the direction that you want to go in. This direction is very important to your growth. It's very important to your highest timeline. And there are times where I feel like you defiantly sort of dig your heels in and not move forward on this direction. So Spirit is saying there, you're kind of overlooking the journey that you're on. And by digging your heels in, you're not allowing yourself to have those experiences. And once you've had those experiences, your confidence will soar, you will triumph, you will succeed. But right now you're stopping yourself from doing that. So let's just get more clarity on that. 7 of Wands. Yeah, you're not following your intuition with this. Allow yourself to be guided. Allow that flow of intuition. So it's like if you're being guided towards, okay, this is what I need to do today, do that today. If it's about, you know, contacting a person, contact them. If it's about, don't see this person today, don't see that person today. Just trust is what it's asking. Don't overanalyze things, just trust. Trust what you feel guided to do, because it's aligning you with that higher timeline, and you don't want to get in the way of something that could be so magical for you. Do you remember when we had the sun and the star there? And we've also got the world as well. So there's a lot of joy, completion, wish fulfillment, things that you've wanted in your life, that you've wanted to manifest. This is aligning you with, you know, an abundance of life force, basically. And there's something very special and magical within you that is dying to be seen, to come out. And I feel like it's been very suppressed recently, especially over the past few years maybe. You've kind of numbed yourself down. But you've had a little peek of, actually, if I don't numb myself down, just what can I see? What can I do? And you've had some strange synchronicities and things going on that you can't explain, but you know that they're there. That is your spirit, your higher conscience, trying to give you messages of the direction that you are meant to be on. So shall we see what the outcome is of this direction? Okay, so the outcome is actually you really being emotionally fulfilled, loved, supported. There's a real, everything you've wanted is what I'm feeling from this, but didn't feel like you could have or never thought you could express. This is the outcome for you today, is bringing you to that point. You're not going to recognise yourself, I feel. You're not going to recognise yourself in like 6 months' time even, because you're really opening up to a new world, a new way of being, and it's this awakening that's going on for you. Remember what we said? It doesn't mean there aren't going to be challenges. There will be challenges, but it's how you go about those challenges that's going to be the difference. How you're able to stand in your power and not have to feel like you've got to defend yourself, not feel like you've got to get your point across. You can just stand there and be sort of like, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. I don't need to prove anything. And this is how you will start to shine. And like we said, with that 6 of Wands, you know, people are going to really notice you and start to realise like, wow, look at that person, how they've grown. And they'll admire you. At the moment, you're feeling like people are going to laugh at you or think it's all a load of rubbish. But actually, no, it's going to bring you to a point of being seen. Remember, in the past, there is something that you've regretted, that you are reminiscing about, are thinking about. And this is about you. I feel there's something about that you need to work through yourself. And if there's some truth that needs to come out on that, then allow it to be. Because like I say, ultimately it's going to lead to this love, support, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. You know, and that's important. Let's get one final card then for you to finish this reading. Any advice that we can give you on here? Okay, so we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now this is security, safety. You're moving slow, and it's good to move slow. You need to take your time and understand the purpose of this. But ultimately it is leading you to feeling more secure and stable. See all of these pentacles as well. It's almost like if you were worried about financial security, don't. It's going to take time, but you're already on that journey. Remember, the journey is the destination. So just take each moment, follow your intuition, make sure you're allowing yourself to be guided by it. There's something to do with green, and I don't think it's the colour, I think it's the word. There's something about the word that has meaning here. It could be anything, but there's something about the name, or the word green. Maybe it is a name, maybe it's somebody's name. And henna tattoos as well. You know, those, when you can have them drawn on sort of thing around the hands and the feet and things. There's something about those too that might be significant with this. Maybe somebody has those, maybe you have those, or you're thinking about having them. Maybe you're thinking about going to India. It's definitely something about that. So I'm going to leave this reading here for you. If any of that resonates with you and you would like to know more and you would like to book your own personalised reading, then please do get in touch. And if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and I will speak to you again very soon. Have a blessed evening.